Well, guess what? You guys made it. This is the final lesson on camera settings. After this, though, I will be taking you into the preparation process, so what you need and software and everything to prepare for the shooting session. Then after that, I will be taking you out into the field. Getting excited yet? I hope you are. One of the most important things you can come away with this is to know that everything has to be done in manual. Your shooting modes need to be done in manual as well. Even if you normally shoot in program or aperture priority or shutter priority modes, they will not work for shooting something like the Milky Way or any kind of nighttime sky situation. You will not get the proper exposure. That's why you must shoot in manual mode. Because manual mode, you can set your own shutter speeds and apertures. And again, manually adjusting your ISO and your white balance. So everything is done manually. Focusing should be done manually as well. Now, if you're able to, if you get there early, which is highly recommended before it gets dark, perhaps if you do want to do autofocus, if you're not comfortable with manual focus, and me personally, I do have problems with my eyes where it is very difficult for me to focus manually either through the viewfinder or through the LCD screen, focus on something distant. And since we are dealing with distant objects, you will want to focus on something distant during daylight or before it gets dark some point. And then after you focus on that, switch your lens back to manual focus. And then to guarantee that you don't bump the lens and move your focusing point, either notice where your lens is focused at in the focusing point, or put a piece of tape on it to prevent it from moving. Also make sure that if your lens has image stabilization on it, that is turned off as well. But if in any situation, if you're shooting on it with a tripod, that you have image stabilization turned off. One thing I do have to add is that each camera has different means of adjusting shutter speed and apertures when you're shooting in manual mode. Now, both of my cameras, the 5D and the Rebel T2i, you can adjust the shutter speeds with a little toggle switch on the top. Now, as for adjusting aperture, for my 5D, I have to adjust it on the main selector ring on the back of the camera. And then for the Rebel T2i, I have to push the Q button simultaneously while turning the toggle switch on top. With that in mind, your camera is definitely going to be different. So I would recommend that you consult the user manual for your camera on how to adjust the aperture and shutter speeds while in manual mode. When I take you out into the field, I will also be showing you how to focus at dark, in the night, at dark, in the night, or in the dark at night. I will show you how to do it. I will show you how to focus on stars or other distant sources of light and other means. So, that's it, I believe. I tried to cover as much as everything I could think of. If I left anything out, or if you feel I left anything out, let me know. And I will try and correct it. And if you have any questions, ask. Just keep asking. The more interaction I get, the more activity in the classroom I get, the better we all are. The more we all learn. The more you learn from me, the more I learn from you. Perhaps even you have some ideas that I don't have. And that's another thing I want interaction with the class. So that's it for camera settings. Now on to the preparation part. See ya!